Shalom, shalom out there. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawahshi Bahasham Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who taught us this truth. And Yahawah to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawahshi for sending us the true men of the Lord in these last days. So I had just watched a video with one of the brothers, and his name is GMS Mawatazak Bangad. Mawatazak Bangad. And he had just did a video with this Northern Kingdom couple that lost their children, and it inspired me to do a lesson. And I've been I've been going through some elements myself, trying to get myself together, and it's very hard for us at this time, brothers and sisters. And all we can do is say Yahawah to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawahshi that we got this truth, because it's a very precious thing to have in such terrible times. So the first scripture I'm going to read is Ephesians 1:4. It says, according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be a holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto adoption of children by Yahawah Hamashiach to himself, according to his good pleasure of his will. And I read this because we might be going through all these different elements and problems, and that couple, they lost their children. A lot of us need to really, really be grateful to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawahshi for this truth. Like Apostle Gabar always says, this thing of ours, this is a powerful thing to have, and I could testify right now about me having serious ailments come upon me. I'm only 50 years old, and I went from a perfectly normal life to having to go to the hospital because my hemoglobin was down. I had to have 3 blood transfusions, and now my body is not the same. But every day the Lord is blessing me and healing me, and I'm doing my little exercises that I can do as much as I can take and trying to get better. So I think about how I could have passed, how if my wife, she's in the Lord too, Yahawah to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawahshi for that. And we came into the truth together, And she told me to call the hospital, call the ambulance that day, because one day I got it. I was in my bed and I couldn't walk, So you don't want to play with the Lord. Look at how that man lost his children, And I'm gonna read another scripture that the brother read, because I'll tell you, man, this shit is not no joke. And these draconian laws are only going to get worse. I'm going to start at Jeremiah 16:3. It says, for thus saith the Lord Yahawah, our power concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, and concerning their mothers that bear them, and concerning the fathers that begot them in this land. And I tell you right now, man, this is really some hell that we are all going through, man. Through the power and spirit of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawahshi, the brothers and sisters that have received this truth will stay in it, stay faithful, keep hoping and keep believing, and never give up. Because without the protection of the Lord now, things is getting ready to get real, real bad. And it's going to happen to me real fast. I mean, the change prominent and happening like crazy. Every day you wake up, you hit, get on the internet, listen to the brothers. And the Yahawah to Yahawahshi for all you brothers out there, and my prayers go up to the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawahshi Bahasham that the Lord allow every one of the brothers to be safe and continue to push this truth until the famine of the word come, which was taught from the apostles on down. Now, the reason why I say that is because we got a lot of things to be grateful for. Like having this truth right now, it's more powerful than anything on the earth. It's more of a blessing than anything, because like I said in the first scripture that I read, that he chose us before even the foundations of the world. And sometimes I sit back and I just can imagine the conversation of when Yahawah went to his father and said, let us make man in our own image. And in that instance, he already picked us outside of every other nation. And then to wake up in these last days, how powerful is that? The Bible continues to prove itself over and over, from prophecy to prophecy. I mean, I only been in the truth for about 5 years. And when I came into the truth, I was listening to different brothers and even some different camps when I first came into the truth. The first camp I ever listened to wasn't GMS, but I kept hearing other people give double honors to the apostles, and it intrigued me to start listening to GMS. And I'm not like so studied that I know all history and things of that nature, but through the Spirit I realized that a lot of these other camps are lying and they making shit up, and the shit that they saying, it just doesn't make sense, from their Passovers to their time in the truth and dishonoring the men that taught them. It's just a whole fucking mess right now, you know? And that's the Lord sifting Israel. So I'm not going to make this video long. I just wanted to come on after looking at that couple suffer like that. I think about how the Lord allowed me and my wife to have our children very early. I married my wife when she was only 18 years old. And we still together till this day. And I'm a 50-year-old man. And she's been nothing but a pleasure to me. So that's a sign that whatever I might have been doing in the world, I might not have been righteous the whole way. But through her righteousness, the Lord woke me back up to give up those things that I thought was going to be my way out in the end. Because I always knew that an end was coming. I used to tell a joke to my children that I don't have to worry about hard times because I'm going to have drugs. That's how I'm going to get by. People, you don't need silver and gold. I'm going to have drugs. And then when I came into the truth, I found out you're going to need silver and gold. And I can't afford gold. But I'm going to try my hardest to get a little silver, you know. And I call my kids and I warn them of different things that I learned, and I warn them of different warnings. And, you know, through the power and spirit of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawahshi, brothers are blowing the trumpet now more than they ever did before. So it's a faith booster for me. And I hope it's a faith booster for everyone that's listening and learning. Even if it's just one person that gets edified, every time you do the work, it can encourage or help someone. And for me to lack off the way that I do sometimes, I got to get more discipline and pray for more discipline. You know? I mean, it's just amazing to me how, you try to do the best that you can. You think you're doing the right thing sometimes. And the Lord will show you, listen, you got to do more. I gave you this grace. You know who I am. I gave you my name. It's time to actually buckle down and secure your place in the book of life. Because if you're a part of the elect, you're going to make it no matter what. So let's just keep believing and trusting in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawahshi and listening to the prophets, the true prophets of the Lord, which are the men of GMS and affiliate camps that speak the same doctrine in a 100% way. And through the power and spirit of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawahshi, we can make it. No matter how bad things are. I went from not being able to move my legs to walking a mile. I walked a whole mile today. Thank the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawahshi, man. So stay encouraged out there, brothers. Keep pushing and keep believing. Never let go of the spirit. If the Lord put the spirit on you, like sometimes I think I don't have the spirit on me when I want to do a lesson, and then boom, something will come right up. And sometimes my lessons might come a week or a week and a half late. I would like to do more lessons. Sometimes I can do a couple lessons a week. Sometimes I can do only one. But I pray every day that the Lord works with me, and I pray through the spirit and power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawahshi that I become more diligent, and because I definitely take this thing serious. That's not a issue. I just want to secure my place in that wonderful book of life. And hopefully through the power and spirit of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawahshi, many brothers will also be in that book. And through the power and spirit of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawahshi, I pray that all the brothers that been pushing this truth with 100% truth and listening to the apostles and elders on down, make it. And with that, I want to say shalom.